What's up, Taiwan? I'm Erika Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. It's been almost 2 weeks since the 7.2 magnitude earthquake blocked roads and broke down an incinerator in Hualien, the epicenter of the tremor. The shutdown has led to landfills in the city piling up. Irene Lin has the story.
Mountains of trash left in the heat, a growing problem for the residents in eastern Taiwan's Hualien County.
热的话会味道就会更重。当然有时候吃饭的时候会影响到啊。
It's been almost 2 weeks since a 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck this coastal county. With the epicenter only 18 kilometers from here, Hualien's port city is the most densely populated in the county, with some 88,000 people. The quake blocked roads connecting the city to its newly built power-generating incinerator in the countryside, where waste from here is burned. Road recovery will take nearly 2 months, leaving the trash piling up.
大宗废弃物的部分总共55公吨，那营建废弃物这个部分大概有18公吨。
Hualien used to rely on a neighboring county's incinerators, but it began handling its own waste when the country's first power-generating incinerator was built here a year ago. It has a capacity of 100 tons. But beyond just damaging the roads to it, the recent quake has also shut down the facility, and repairs won't be done until May.
一定要等水泥要恢复生产，台泥的再生资源利用中心才能够开始启动，同步处理花莲垃圾。
With the trash staying put for a while, officials say they have activated some emergency measures.
因为现在天气炎热，那所以垃圾站置的话，还是要麻烦清洁队这边做一些消毒的动作。
With temperatures rising as summer approaches, Hualien's residents are left with little choice but to endure the smell. A new reality here until the incinerator and the roads are back in business. Scott Huang and Irene Lin for TaiwanPlus.
Scientists in Taiwan are starting to study the cause of this month's Hualien earthquake. As John Van Trieste reports, their search for data has brought them to the bottom of the ocean.
It's a rough day at sea off Taiwan's east coast, but the scientists aboard this fishing ship don't have time to be seasick. They're heading to the epicenter of the April 3rd earthquake that shook Taiwan, deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, 25 kilometers off the country's east coast. These waters sit just above where the Philippine Sea and Eurasian tectonic plates collide, with regular earthquakes the result. And while Taiwan's seismologists have some understanding of this belt of tension and a general idea of what caused this month's earthquake, they don't have as much data as they'd like. This team wants to fill in the gaps with a series of 6 French-made underwater seismometers, capable of measuring movement and recording underwater sounds on the bottom of the sea.
中央气象署呢，它现在有一个海底电缆在外面啊，不过它的那个海缆观测系统实际上离这次的地震的震央距离稍微远一点啊，所以我们赶快布的好处是把它收进距离啊，那对这个事件就很清楚掌握。
A better understanding of undersea earthquakes is important, as they account for 70% of earthquakes larger than magnitude 6 that Taiwan experiences.
可以收集到更多余震的资料，因为你余震的资料越多，你越能把那个构造的样貌画出来。因为每一颗地震发生，它到测站，它就会有一个坡线。你坡线越多，你就可以把那个地底下的空间把它解析得越清楚。
The boat spends hours plowing through choppy waves to get to designated spots where the sensors are lowered to a depth of 3,000 meters. It's painstaking work, and the wait for data will require patience. But the team is confident it will get valuable insights eventually.
我们这个就是入水之后，它就开始收集资料。那因为这个至少可以收集半年的资料，那我们之后会开始规划航次。现在预计规划大概8月的时候会回来收这6颗站位。
And these insights could lead to further understanding of this shaky part of Taiwan, its fault lines, their structure, and what sets them off, with sometimes violent results. John Su and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
2 men from Kenya who came to Taiwan as professional performing artists have gone public with their experience. Their human rights groups say it may constitute human trafficking.
The thing is, we agree with the contract. It is not the same thing as we get, including the salaries, the living conditions.
When they got to Taiwan, the two men were told no performance work was available. Instead, they would have to do manual labor on farms and at recycling plants. They were denied access to their passports for long periods of time. The men say they were paid much less than the minimum salary required by their work visas, and in some cases, not paid at all. They were also placed in poor housing conditions. A local labor office reviewed their case and dismissed it. The Labor Ministry now says it's looking into whether violations occurred and will hold offenders accountable. Over 2 million people joined Taiwan's largest religious celebration, the Daja Matsu Pilgrimage, this year. On the last day of festivities, crowds gathered to celebrate the goddess Matsu's return home. Wesley Lewis has the story.
Ending on a high note, Taiwan's largest religious celebration, the Daja Matsu Pilgrimage, came to an end on Sunday, after 9 consecutive days of marching and fanfare. A record-breaking 2 million people took part in the festivities, flocking to central Taiwan to accompany an effigy of the sea goddess Matsu on her 340-kilometer tour around the region's many temples. On the final day, 500,000 pilgrims descended on Taichung's Daja district to welcome the goddess back to her home temple.
人潮很多，就是假日，我们每年都会来参与。今年的好漂亮哦，颜色配得很漂亮。今年的好多好热闹，喜欢这样子。
Matsu's home, the Daja Zhenlan Temple, prepared pressed gold blessings for attendees. Many of those who took part in the celebrations made their way to the temple to symbolically complete the pilgrimage with Matsu. Some participants have taken part in the pilgrimage every year for decades as a show of devotion. Others are first-timers, excited to be part of something monumental.
进入职场前做一个有意义的事情，虽然很累，但是心里很满足。
The pilgrimage has also attracted international attention, with many tourists joining the revelry to experience local traditions.
我有捐100颗菜粽，我来有拿人家的东西，但我当然要付出更多，让每个人来这边感受到温暖。
觉得很厉害，他觉得应该大家都来看。
This year's crowds far surpassed the festival's pre-pandemic numbers, and it's safe to say that Matsu ended her pilgrimage this year with a bang. Klein Wong and Wesley Lewis for TaiwanPlus.
Scientists are getting to know a little bit more about the life cycle of pufferfish after researchers successfully bred them for the first time in Taiwan. Maddie Anstruther has more.
This pair of baby long-spine porcupinefish are the newest arrivals at a marine museum in Taiwan, the result of the country's first successful attempt to breed them artificially. While the longspine is the most common type of pufferfish in northern Taiwan, its offspring have remained somewhat of a mystery to researchers. That is, until now.
从来没看过它的那个小的个体哈，那我们看到当它进到家区的话，通常它的体型就已经比较大了哈。那这次就是很难得，我们刚好有机会记录到、收集到它的受精卵，然后从孵化的第一天开始，我们就一直观察它整个的变化。
Now the museum can observe the baby pufferfish. They're learning all sorts of surprising things.
原本以为就是这些河豚，它们应该是很贪吃，因为长大的河豚都非常的贪吃，什么都吃。那在饲养的过程中，竟然就发现这些小宝宝它们非常的挑食。
Out of the 2,000 eggs the researchers began with, only 20 hatched, and the 2 strongest specimens are on show to the public. And although they may look harmless at first, the pair seem to enjoy showing off their strength every once in a while.
它在遇到危险的时候，它会想办法让自己胀大，让水灌到身体里面，然后胀大。
The fish can swell to twice or 3 times their original size, causing their spikes to stick out and scaring off potential predators. The fish began to develop this impressive ability at just 14 days old, making even these babies a force not to be puffed at. Ryan Wu and Maddie Anstruther for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, check out these kids taking part in what's called a centipede parade in southern Taiwan. This sight is becoming rarer in the country as the birth rate continues to drop. I'm Erika Liu. Take care and see you next time.